Hello everyone! I'm Ginger's Greetings here on YouTube and on Instagram, and today I'm going to be designing characters based on skincare. Skin characters, if you will. About 2 years ago, my YouTube algorithm started pushing videos about skincare, and I was like, why am I seeing this? Why did YouTube think this is relevant to me? But after seeing the same video thumbnail enough times, I caved, I clicked, and now I have an expensive routine to keep up with. Thanks, Hiram. But now that I've watched way too many videos about way too many products, I'm gonna oversimplify what I know about the large world of skincare into a few cartoon illustrations. Because I can. Hope you enjoy. First, I decided to start with a cream-style moisturizer. I've split up the moisturizers into different textures because not only are the experiences very different, but different moisturizers will usually work better for certain skin types. Personally, my dry skin loves it, but I also know a thick, occlusive moisturizer can find a place in everybody's skincare routine. Since thick creams can be really helpful as the weather gets colder and drier, I wanted her to look like she was dressed for a chilly day, so I gave her a scarf and a hat to keep her warm. I was going to give her a ribbed sweater, but since I feel like cream moisturizers are kind of one of the basics, I kept it simple with a long sleeve shirt and some classic blue jeans. I associate red and blue with this kind of moisturizer. Growing up, when I went to the doctor for eczema as a kid, they had me using something from Eucerin. If you've seen the tubs, they always have the red lids. The face moisturizer I use now, I have it in a tub, it also has a red lid, is the Ultra Repair Cream by First Aid Beauty. Since it has red and blue in the packaging, it just kind of solidified the colors for me. And I feel like I've just seen a lot of companies make their moisturizers blue. I also gave her a tub to hold, of moisturizer, because it felt right. Next up on our list, we have sunscreen. I knew I definitely wanted to include sunscreen in my first skin characters video, since it's a super important part of a solid skincare routine. I specifically decided to go the route of drawing a chemical sunscreen, mostly because I just had a stronger image of what she would look like in my head. Personally, when I think of chemical sunscreens, the first thing I think of is that stereotypical beachy smell. I wanted her to look like she was ready to spend a day in the water, so I gave her a matching swimsuit and a sun hat, and I gave her a protective sun shirt to keep her safe from the harsh rays. She also has an inflatable ball, her flip-flops, and a container of sunscreen to make sure she reapplies every 2 hours. Or I guess if she's going in the water every time she gets out of the water, but you know. One of the great things about chemical sunscreens is that unlike mineral sunscreens, they don't leave a white cast on the skin. Since this can make them an especially good option for people with darker skin tones, I wanted to reflect that in her skin tone as well. As for figuring out the rest of her color palette, I went back to the purpose of sunscreen. Sunscreen's meant to protect you from UV rays, standing for ultraviolet, and since I've seen discussion about protecting your skin from blue light as well, I wanted to include purple and blue tones in her clothes. They kind of overall just look more purpley, but I think it looks nice anyway. Since I use a mineral sunscreen for my face usually and a chemical sunscreen for my body, it was really hard for me to pick which one I wanted to do first. But I'm glad I started with a chemical screen because I think she turned out really cute and I really hope you like her. Last on our list for today, we have eye creams. I know this feels a little random. Why not something a little more basic, like a cleanser, or maybe I could have just moved on to a mineral sunscreen or a gel cream. But I just had this strong image in my head of this short, overworked guy desperately trying to hide his eye bags through the power of product. And so he was born. I've seen a lot of discussion on the necessity of eye creams, and I'm not trying to make a stance one way or the other, but I will say that eye creams come in incredibly small quantities for what you're paying. So I tried to make him look like he was on the smaller side as well. Eye creams for me are definitely a luxury experience. You get a sample, you try it out, and you don't really get it, but you feel extra, and sometimes that's just nice. I wanted him to feel extra, to be easily recognizable as someone who had a lot of money, someone really confident in their own importance and self-worth, and wasn't afraid to show it. I struggled on how I wanted to dress him, and eventually I settled on this brightly colored suit, and I really like it. I chose the colors orange and brown because of vitamin C and caffeine being well-known active ingredients in eye creams, generally meant to help with dark circles and puffiness. I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm not the expert here. I tried to make him look tired, like someone working too many hours or who's got too many things on their hands, but I'm not really sure if it came across. Feel free to let me know in the comments what you think. Alright, and with that out of the way, that concludes my first Skin Characters video. Before anyone comments about it, I know I didn't shade the first girl and I did shade the other two, and that does make things a little inconsistent. I wasn't going to shade any of them in the first place, actually. I was just going to keep this to some basic coloring and line work, but I honestly just got carried away and I just really wanted to keep drawing, so I just kind of worked into the last two some more because I was having a fun time. Hope that's alright, hope it doesn't bug you too much. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you liked the video. I'm still very new to this, so every interaction counts, and yeah, I hope you guys all have a lovely day. Bye-bye!